All right, welcome back. You're watching SA Today on SABC News. As, of course, I did say before the break, we are catching up with senior reporter Samkele Maseko, who has been in the Free State for us. As, of course, the Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule, was indeed appearing before court in relation to the asbestos case. A lot coming out of the media briefing that he had this afternoon. As you would have seen in the last hour, he said that he was particularly grateful for the support of the number of people that came out, emphasizing that one must be presumed innocent until proven guilty. He said that he was taking guidance from his legal team, so he wouldn't talk necessarily about the charges and the case at hand. So he chose not to comment further about those charges against him. But one thing he did add was the fact that new charges had not in fact been added, has been made, or insinuations made or reported earlier on, so clarifying that it is the same charges that we know of and no new charges had indeed been added. And let's continue then that conversation. Samkele, a very good afternoon to you. Let's start off there then. Where did it come from, this issue that there had been new charges that were added? In the beginning of his address, the Secretary General raised the fact that there are no new charges that had been added, and he was trying to clarify that and didn't really understand where it came from, that there had been new charges leveled against him, and that he heard of this morning in court. Where did that come from? Please clarify, and what exactly had been said.
Well, Flo, that essentially stems from Sipongwema, the spokesperson of the National Prosecuting Authority, when he was speaking to Aphumelele Mdlalane, our colleague in the morning, who said that new charges might be added to the indictment against the Secretary General of the African National Congress, Ace Magashule. I did pose the question after the court proceeding to Sipongwema, who said that issues of money laundering, fraud and corruption were being added to the indictment. And if you look closely to the indictment against Ace Magashule, those issues are there in that particular indictment. So it was Sipongwema who came with that particular view and that particular argument in the court proceedings outside when he was engaging with media personnel earlier on today.
You know, one of the things that we spoke about just before we crossed to this media briefing that you were sitting in, we were chatting to the political analyst Kolani Dube, who said that he sees the supporters of Ace Magashule being more anti-establishment and not necessarily Ace Magashule supporters. What's the sense that you got today, as I saw earlier on, you were interacting with some of those supporters that had come out in their numbers? Was there a sense that these are people who are really more anti-establishment than it is about Ace Magashule, and are they able to sort of articulate their views on why they are, hell-bent on showing such support for Ace Magashule today?
What is actually clear is that there are those who are particularly, I'm just going to ask my colleague Stella just to show you visuals of Supra Muhamapelo, the former provincial chairperson of the Northwest Province. He has just walked out now, essentially, and Joe Masangwani, the former Minister of Transport, they have just walked out now. And there is also Batabile Dlamini, the ANC Women's League president, whom we will try and grab at a later stage. But there is a particular view by those who are supporting the Secretary General of the ANC, Ace Magashule, that there is something that is wrong with the establishment of the economic landscape of this particular country, and that needs to be changed. And they speak the same words as Ace Magashule of radical economic transformation. I'm going to ask my colleague Abongile Tumako to try and force the Ekurhuleni regional chairperson to say a word or two. He's refusing, but we are going to walk to him, and he's going to run away, and we are going to try and force him to speak on this particular issues of the court case here. There are some of the people who have come to support the Secretary General of the ANC, Mr. Masina Yope. Oh, he's running away. You can see him. He's running away from media interviews. But it's fine now. We will catch him at a later stage as he walks away. But he is amongst those whom have come to support the Secretary General of the ANC, including the likes of Supra Muhamapelo, the likes of Batabile Dlamini, Takota Lekgote, whom are some of the people who have raised issues of radical economic transformation within the governing party, which effectively forced that resolution at their 54th National National Conference to change the commanding heights of the South African economy to those who called for land expropriation without compensation, which has been adopted by the governing party and subsequently which has become a resolution, and also one of the policy changes that has been proposed within the National Assembly to change Section 25 of the Constitution, which you saw in the 5th administration towards the end of that 5th Parliament. Those consultative sessions being rolled out within various communities across the country, which was chaired by the former minister, the former member of Parliament rather, and former Portfolio Committee chairperson of the Correctional Services Portfolio Committee within Parliament. That would be Vincent Smith, in those hearings that were taking place in the later stages of the 5th Parliament.
All right, I've been told to wrap up, Samkele, but just out of my own sort of curiosity, where exactly are you? I know you're in the Free State, but where is that? It looks a bit residential from where I'm sitting. Where exactly are you?
They had essentially booked a lodge for this particular briefing, guest house. That's where this briefing was held, and they decided to have it here, as I don't know why they didn't decide to take it to the ANC provincial office. Some may have said that they then would be conflating the issues of the charges against Ace Magashule with that of issues of the governing party. But they always say that you can't separate the persona of Elias Sekgobelo Magashule as the Secretary General of the ANC and that of his own personal capacity.
All right. Thank you very much, Samkele Maseko, for us in the Free State.